Hi, welcome to your practice today. I'm really happy to have you here and to be able to offer these practices to you by donation. So if you would like to and are able to donate to keep these classes going until we can all get back in the studio together, there's information in the notes where you can donate. Also, there'll be a link to a Spotify playlist as usual. So if you want to follow along with my playlist, you can always click on that when we start moving together. So for now, find a comfortable seat. As you settle in, today we're going to bring our hands onto our bellies and let your eyes close here. And just taking a few deep breaths to allow the belly to puff into the hands as you breathe in, allowing the belly to draw back toward the navel as you breathe out. And just taking a few more deep breaths like this, being aware of the movement of the breath in the body. So we're going to focus today on this area of the body, the center, your core. And we're going to be playing with some twists in order to access the energy in this area. And you might hear people say that twists are detoxifying for the body. But I want us to think today about how these twists can be detoxifying for the mind. How as we go through our practice, as we find this energy of the core, as we access this, as we move through poses that may be challenging, that may be confronting, seeing what we can wring out, seeing what we can let go of. Yeah, maybe we're able to let go of anger or fear. Maybe we're able to let go of worry or anticipation or regret. Yeah, seeing what you can let go of today. What you can wring out, how you can detoxify the mind. So to start to access this area of the body, we're going to practice a Kapalabhati breath. So Kapalabhati is short, sharp exhales through the nose, and the inhale is reflexive. It just comes back in without you having to actively breathe in. So you can just listen. It sounds like this. Yeah, so you hear those percussive exhales. If you are pregnant or if you start to get dizzy at any point, you can always leave this out and just breathe normally. So for now, take a nice long breath in through your nose, filling yourself up completely. And with your exhale, letting everything go, releasing all of the air, very slow and controlled out of the lungs. And then filling yourself up just about halfway with breath. And we begin. Starting to slow it down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathing in deeply. Breathing out completely. And taking a few rounds again of your natural breath. Inhaling and and exhaling. And we'll take one more round of this Kapalabhati breath, a little bit longer this time. So with your next breath in, filling yourself up completely, filling up to the tops of your lungs. And when you think you filled up completely, sipping in just a little bit more air. As you exhale, slow and controlled release of the breath from the body. When you think that you've released all of the breath, see if you can exhale just a little bit more. Breathing in, filling up your lungs halfway, and we begin. Starting to slow it down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Filling yourself up. Emptying yourself out. Very gently you can open the eyes. Taking the hands down to the floor behind you, feet down in front of you. Big breath in here, and with an exhale, sending the hips to the sky, opening through the front of the body for an altar pose. With an exhale, hips releasing back down to the mat, and then crossing the ankles the other way. So taking your other ankle in front here. With a breath in, both arms reaching to the sky. With a breath out, to twist to the right. Right fingers to the mat, left hand finding the knee. Grounding down through the back fingertips, belly drawing in and up. And using your left hand to spiral a little bit deeper into that twist. Bringing it back through center, both arms stretching to the sky, inhaling. And it's a twist to your left. Left fingers find the mat, right hand finding the knee. Keeping the right sitting bone grounded down so your pelvis is stable. And the twist happens from your navel and up. Breathing in, bringing yourself back through center, both arms to the sky. This time, hands in front of you, crawling over your shins or swinging your legs around to come out onto hands and knees. With a breath in, right arm reaches to the sky, heart rising toward the fingertips. With a breath out, right arm slides under the left arm, gently threading the needle. Shoulder and cheek relaxing to the mat. Pressing into the left hand, unraveling right arm reaching up to the sky. Staying here, right foot takes a big step to the back of the mat for a supported side plank. Navel drawing up, back foot planting down. Keeping the right leg long, right hand comes down, turning onto your back toes. Left foot steps back to meet the right foot, downward facing dog. And give yourself some movement here in your downward facing dog, allowing the shape to stretch and to open up. Big breath in, settling into stillness as you breathe out. Navel drawing in and up, sitting bones reaching up and back. Like a big wave, rolling out to a plank pose, shoulders over the wrists. Lifting the belly, downward facing dog. Exhaling. Again, like that big wave, rolling out. Planting into the palms, belly lifts, downward facing dog. One more time, it's a plank pose, rolling out long. Knees to the mat, child's pose, sinking the hips back to the heels. Breathing in, breathing out. Glancing forward at your fingertips, sliding all the way out onto your belly. Pressing into the palms, baby cobra, letting the shoulders slide down the back. With an exhale, letting the forehead release back to the earth. Taking your time to roll yourself over onto your back, knees drawing in toward the chest, giving yourself a little hug. With a breath in, both legs to the sky, flexing the feet, hands coming behind the head, breathing in, and with an exhale, the upper body floats off the mat. Breathing in, right leg reaches out long to a 45-degree angle. Exhale, switching the legs, left leg out long. Breathing in, switching the legs, navel drawing back. Breathing out, switching the legs, elbows wide. Inhale, long breath to switch. Exhale to switch. Like you're moving through water, switching the legs. Exhale, let it switch. Keeping the upper body lifted, both legs up to the sky. And then drawing the knees in toward the chest, exhaling. Taking a big breath in here. With your exhale, gently rolling onto your right side. And taking your time to crawl up onto hands and knees. With a breath in, the left arm reaches high, looking up toward the fingertips. Exhaling, left arm under the right arm, finding that gentle twist. Right hip slightly drawing back in space. Planting into the right palm, left arm reaches high, breathing in. Staying here and sending the left foot to the back of the mat. Grounding down through the sole of the left foot, crown of the head reaching away. Left hand down, keeping the toes tucked under. Right foot steps back to meet the left foot, downward facing dog. Plank pose with your breath in, rolling yourself out long. Knees to the mat, toes point behind you, gently lowering to the earth. Pressing into the palms, baby cobra, inhaling. Forehead back down to the mat, exhaling. Rolling the other way this time, rolling yourself all the way onto your back. Drawing the knees into the chest, again giving yourself that big hug. Legs stay where they are, hands behind the head, elbows are wide. With an exhale, lifting the upper body. Breathing in, sending the left leg out long, and then twisting to the right, bringing the left elbow to the right knee. Inhale, switching the legs, switching the direction of the twist. Exhale, twisting to your right. Turning to your left, big breath. Turning to the right, exhaling. Twisting to the left, left elbow stays wide. Exhale, twisting right, right elbow wide. Breathing in, twisting to the left. Breathing out, twisting to the right. One more time each side, twisting to the left. Exhale, twisting to the right. Stay lifted through the upper body, knees together, elbows wide, looking towards your navel. And let the head relax, knees toward the chest. On your exhale, again rolling over, this time onto your left side, finding that little ball. And then taking your time to draw yourself all the way up onto hands and knees. Tucking your toes on a breath in. Downward facing dog, floating the hips, breathing out. With an inhale, right leg floats high. Knee to the right armpit, drawing yourself forward. Sending it up and back, right leg high. Knee to the left armpit, finding that twist. One more time, floating the foot high, breath in. Knee to the nose, stepping forward gently between the hands. Coming up onto the fingertips, let the spine lengthen. As you exhale, turning the toes to the left, walking the hands in that direction. Coming up onto the fingertips, long flat back, breathing in. With an exhale, releasing into a forward fold, breathing out. Head is heavy. One more breath. Right knee bends as the toes turn forward, low lunge. Downward facing dog, exhaling. This time the left leg stretches high. Big breath in. Knee toward the left armpit, hovering forward over the wrists. Pressing into the palms, left leg high. Inhaling. Knee to right armpit, finding the twist. Inhale, reaching it high. Knee to the nose, foot between the hands. Exhaling. Spine lengthens away from the thigh. Exhale, turning your toes to the right, spinning to face the side of the mat. Coming up onto the fingertips again, big breath in. This time taking the hands behind the back, interlacing the fingers. And let the head release toward the mat as the knuckles reach up and away. On your next breath out, releasing the hands to the mat. Bending the left knee as the toes swivel forward, low lunge. Back foot forward, soft forward fold at the top of the mat. Give yourself a little space between the feet, a little softness in the knees. Big breath in here. With an exhale, softening the knees, taking your time to roll yourself all the way up to stand. Feet together, arms reaching high for your prayer. Hands through your heart, Tadasana, mountain pose, arms by your sides. Arms reaching high for a prayer, breathing in. Bowing forward, Uttanasana, exhaling. Right foot stepping back to a lunge, open heart. Downward facing dog with a breath out. Plank pose, big breath in. Straight or bent legs, lowering all the way down. Pointing the toes, letting the heart rise, cobra. Downward facing dog, exhaling. Right leg reaches high, breathing in. Foot between the hands, breathing out. Left foot forward, lengthening the spine. Bowing over the legs, exhaling. Both arms rising, feet pressing down. Hands finding the heart, exhaling. Sending it back up, big breath in. Bowing forward, breath out. Left foot steps back, inhaling. Down dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana, exhaling. Plank pose like a big wave. Straight or bent legs lowering to the earth. Toes point, heart rises, breath in. Down dog, on your breath out. Left leg reaching high, breathing in. Foot between the hands, soft step. Right foot forward, spine lengthens. Melting over the legs, breath out. Arms stretching high, breathing in. Hands find your prayer, breath out. Sending it back up, inhale. Bowing over the legs, exhale. Right foot steps back, breathing in. Downward facing dog, on your breath out. Plank pose, inhaling. Chaturanga or to the earth, exhaling. Pressing into the palms, up dog or cobra. Traveling over the toes, downward facing dog. Right leg reaching high with a breath in. Foot between the hands on a breath out. Left foot forward, spine floats. Bowing over the legs, exhaling. Arms stretching high for your prayer. Hands melting to your heart. Sending it back up, breath in. Bowing over the legs, breath out. Left foot back, long spine. Downward facing dog, exhaling. Rolling out to a plank, breathing in. Halfway or all the way down. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, heart rises. Downward facing dog, lifting the hips. Left leg stretches high, breathing in. Foot between the hands, breathing out. Right foot forward, flat back. Melting over the legs, breath out. Arms sweeping high for your prayer. Hands connecting at the heart. Arms stretching high, breathing in. Melting over the legs, breathing out. Right foot back, inhale, this time it's plank, right away, lowering with your exhale. Heart pulls forward, breath in. Adho Mukha Svanasana, down dog. Breath out. Big inhale. Big exhale. Knees softening, looking forward, stepping or hopping to your hands with a breath out. Long flat back. Exhale to fold. Arms reaching high for your prayer. Bowing right back over as you breathe out. Left foot back. Inhaling. Plank, lowering half or all the way. Lifting the heart. Breath in. Downward facing dog. Breath out. Softening the knees. Looking forward. Making way to your hands on your exhale. Ardha Uttanasana. Breath in. Bowing over your legs, breath out. Arms sweeping high for your prayer, hands through your heart. Tadasana, arms by your sides. Utkatasana, sitting your way back into your chair. As the hips get heavier, belly lifts even more. Inhaling, folding over the legs, exhaling. Long flat back, breath in. Bending the knees, planting the palms. You can step to plank, or you can hop back, landing in your chaturanga. Rising, open heart. Downward facing dog. Breathing out. With your inhale, the right leg rises. Foot forward between the hands for Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1 pose. Left heel to the mat. Both arms floating to the sky. Left pinky toe, rooting down, finding that anchor. With an exhale, opening up, Warrior 2. Adjusting your feet as you need so those hips can get really heavy. Pressing into the sole of the right foot, right leg lengthens, breathing in, maybe adjusting your back foot a little as you shift into triangle pose. Right hand to the shin, left arm reaching toward the sky. Big inhale. Exhaling your way into side angle. Right knee bends. Right elbow finds the thigh. Left arm reaches long over the ear. Bottom ribs spiraling up into the top ribs. Hands to the mat, low lunge, stepping your way back through your plank to lower. Rising, open heart. Down dog. Exhaling. Left leg high, breathing in. Foot between the hands for that Warrior 1, floating it high. Back inner thigh, really energized. Exhale, peeling it open. Virabhadrasana 2. Continuing to root down to the back pinky toe. Pressing into the sole of the left foot, lengthening the left leg. Shifting your way into triangle. Left hand down, right arm high. Crown of the head reaching away from the tailbone. Exhale, left knee bends. Elbow to the thigh. Shifting the right arm long over the ear for your side angle. Inhaling. Hands to the mat. Stepping your way back. Plank it out. Take it through your vinyasa. Right leg stretches high. Breathing in. Foot between the hands. Shifting the weight high. Warrior 1. Opening up. Warrior 2. Right away, flip the palms. Peaceful warrior. Right arm tips up and back. Side angle. Right elbow can come to the thigh. Or your fingertips can slip down to the mat. Feeling that gentle lift of the heart past your left armpit. Both hands to the floor for a lunge, planting your left palm. Right foot on top of the left foot. Right arm to the sky. Vashisthasana. If you need to lower your left knee for supported side plank, definitely take that support for yourself. If both legs are long, the right leg might start to float. And it's a step forward, right foot to the top of the mat. Right hand to the mat in front of you, shifting your way forward. Half moon pose. Big opening through the chest. Left hand down, big step back, low lunge. Plank it out, take it through your vinyasa. If you need to leave the vinyasa out, you can always step back into your down dog. Left leg high. Inhale, stepping it forward for that warrior one, floating high, opening up, exhale, warrior two, peaceful warrior, left arm high, Uttita Parshvakonasana, side angle, elbow to the knee, or fingertips to the mat. With a breath out, both hands down, low lunge. Planting the right palm, left foot on top of the right foot, shifting in to your side plank. Low belly hugging up. If both legs are long, maybe finding a float of the left foot. Step forward, low lunge, left hand down, half moon pose, shifting your way to the left side. Breath in. Top hand down, stepping back to a lunge. Inhaling. Plank it out. Let yourself move through your flow. Following your breath. A little different this time, keeping the hips really square, sending the right leg toward the sky. And then opening the hip, pointing that right knee toward the sky, and letting your right heel melt down towards your bum. Breathing in. You can stay here, or you can play with flipping your dog. Right toes to the floor, letting the hips and the heart open to the sky. Three-leg dog, right hand down, right leg high. Foot between the hands, shifting right into warrior two. Back heel down, opening up. Peaceful, right arm high. Your side angle, one breath out. Pressing into the feet, peaceful, right arm high. Half moon, Ardha Chandrasana, right fingers down, left side floats. One big inhale here. Peaceful, left foot to the back of the mat, right arm high. Circling the hands down to the floor, low lunge, again it's side plank, right foot on top, right arm to the sky. You might stay here. Maybe you slide the sole of the foot up into that left inner thigh, finding a breath. Maybe your right foot stays where it is as your right hand comes down and you lower. Both feet to the mat, up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Exhaling. Left leg high, feet stay really square, hips square. Exhale, opening the hip, left knee to the sky. Bending that knee. Inhale, staying here. Or flipping your dog, left toes to the earth, heart to the sky. Turning it right back around, left hand down, left leg high. Let it flow, stepping that foot forward. Warrior two, up and around. Peaceful, left arm reaching high. Your side angle with your breath out. Planting into your feet, lifting up and back. Peaceful. Half moon, left fingers down, right side floats. One big inhale. Big step back to peace, right foot down, left arm high. Cartwheeling down to the floor, low lunge, planting the right palm, left foot on top of the right foot. Maybe you slide that left foot up into your right inner thigh. Maybe that foot stays there. As the left hand comes down, you lower the body. Up dog or cobra. Down dog. Breathing out. Few deep breaths here. Creating more space in the body, more space in the mind. Inhaling, right leg rises. Stepping the foot forward, staying on your back toes. Both arms reaching to the sky for a high lunge. Letting yourself find the weight between the 2 feet. Inhaling, back knee softens. Keeping the arms floating, left knee rises toward the chest. You can stay here, taking the knee in towards your heart. Or you can take your left peace sign and wrap it around your left big toe. Everyone let the right arm float. And if you have the toe, you might send the leg out in front of you. Utthita Padangusthasana. Keeping the left leg wherever it is, left arm to the sky. And then the left foot steps back behind the right foot, staggering the feet. Right hand to the hip, left arm stays lifted, sending the left fingertips forward as you hinge from the hips. Left hand can come and find the nose under the face, on the earth, spiraling into your rotated triangle pose. Belly, heart, eyes, and fingertips. Right hand finds the right hip. Left fingers walk out in front of you a step, shifting onto your right foot for a rotated half moon. Left leg back, and then reestablishing that twist. Right fingers to the sky, heart rising, broad through the chest. Right hand down, big step back, low lunge. One more time, it's your high lunge. Both arms reaching to the sky. Hands finding the heart. And it's a twist to your right, left elbow hooking over the right thigh. If you need to lower the back knee down to the mat for more support, definitely take that for yourself. Hands to the earth. Left knee drawing forward, tucking behind the right foot, and bringing the hips down to rest on the mat. Both arms reaching high. Big breath in. And it's one more twist to the right. Right fingers down. Left elbow finding the knee. With an exhale, hands over to the left, soft fold. Rolling up to sit. Feet to the mat in front of you, holding on underneath the thighs, tipping back onto the sitting bones as the feet float to knee height, or maybe the legs extend all the way. Wherever you are, arms release for Navasana, boat pose. Navel drawing in, supporting the shape from the core, letting the breath be long. Exhale, crossing the ankles, rolling over the shins, making your way back through your vinyasa. And it's a few deep breaths in your downward facing dog. Inhaling, left leg reaching high. Foot between the hands, staying balanced on the back toes. Both arms reaching to the sky for your high lunge. With your next breath in, there's a soft bend of the back knee. Keeping the arms floating, right knee rises toward the chest. Taking the hands to the knee, drawing that knee in and up, or taking your yogi toe lock around your right big toe. Left arm stretching high wherever you are, and right foot floats out in front of you. Trying to keep it really parallel, foot in front of the hip. Wherever the right leg is, keep it there. Right arm to the sky, big breath in. Right foot stepping back, staggering the stance. Left hand to the hip, spine lengthening, belly rising. Hinging at the hips, reaching, reaching, reaching. Hand to the floor, under your nose, and spiraling to the left. Bottom ribs spiraling up into the top ribs. Top ribs peeling open toward the sky. Pavrita Trikonasana. Left hand to left hip. Right fingertips sneak out in front of you as you shift into rotated half moon. Right leg back, and then reestablishing that twist from the navel up and outward. Left hand down, big step back to a low lunge. Finding the 2 feet, both arms rising, high lunge. Exhaling, hands to your heart, and taking your twist to the left. Heart spiraling up past the prayer. One more breath in. Hands to the mat on a breath out. Right knee draws forward and tucks behind the left foot. Hips soften down to the mat. Both arms rising, big breath in. And it's a twist over your left shoulder as you breathe out. Wringing yourself out. Breath out, hands over to the right. Soft counter twist. Rolling up to sit. One more altar pose. Feet down, hands down. Breathing in. Hips to the sky. On your breath out. Inhaling through the nose. Big exhale through the mouth. One more time. Big breath in. Big breath out. Hips to the earth. Crossing the ankles, making your way back through one final vinyasa. One big breath in here, your down dog. Exhaling, child's pose, melting your way back to your heels. A few deep breaths here to allow the body to completely relax. Allowing whatever you need to release. You don't have to hold on to everything. With your next breath in, looking forward at your fingertips. Sliding yourself out onto your belly, forehead to the mat. Pointing the toes behind you. Taking the hands behind the back, interlacing the fingers. Exhale, floating up off of the mat for Kapalabhati, Locust Pose. Deepening the breath. On an exhale, releasing one cheek to the mat. Arms and legs can completely relax. Forehead back to the earth. Taking the hands behind you again. Maybe hooking the other thumb on top this time. Breathing in. And using your exhale to rise. With your next breath out, let it go. Other cheek to the earth. Letting the back of the body completely relax. You have one more heart opener. We're moving into a bow pose, Asana. If this shape doesn't work for you at any point, feel free to repeat what we just did, Kapalabhati, with the hands behind the back. If you want to move into the bow, forehead to the earth, bending your knees behind you, catching the outsides of the ankles, breathing in deeply. With a breath out, sending the heels up toward the sky. Letting that draw the upper body away from the earth. Big inhale. And letting it go. Cheek to the earth, relaxing the arms and the legs. And give your hips a little shake from side to side here. Rolling over onto your back. Setting up with feet on the floor, you can send your arms out wide into a T shape. And giving your knees a little swish from side to side. And gently, both knees can relax over to the left side of the mat. And turning the head to the right for an easy twist here. Your next breath in draws you back through center. Knees to the right and head turning to the left. With your next breath out, left arm comes to meet the right arm, curling softly onto your right side. And then taking your time, crawling up onto hands and knees. And we'll meet back in downward facing dog. If you want one last vinyasa, you can roll yourself through it one more time. Letting your breath carry you. With an inhale, the right leg floats out and up. Moving toward Pigeon Pose, right shin across the top of the mat. Extending the back leg, letting the hips melt toward the earth. Coming up onto the fingertips, long spine, breath in. On an exhale, crawling yourself out onto your palms, maybe onto your elbows, maybe letting the forehead release onto the earth or onto your hands. You're welcome to stay where you are, or maybe you play with one more twist, threading the needle, left arm under the right arm. And seeing if the cheek and the shoulder can relax down to the mat. Now this isn't for everyone. If it's not for you, that's totally fine. Bring yourself back through center, just letting your upper body release over the right leg. If you took that twist, you can unravel, bringing yourself back through center. And drawing yourself back up onto your palms with a breath in. It's your last downward facing dog. Left toes tuck, right foot stepping back, giving yourself a moment to wiggle the hips to even out. Left leg floating high, breathing in, and drawing that left shin forward across the top of the mat. Setting up onto the fingertips, breathing in here. With an exhale, melting your way out over your left leg. If you want to thread the needle, again, you might slide the right arm under the left arm. If that's not for you, just staying centered. Noticing that it might be for you on one side and not on the other side. Letting yourself be where you are. No expectations, no judgment. If you took that twist, you can slowly start to unravel. And then taking your time to crawl back up onto your palms. Sitting the left hip to the mat, swinging the legs around in front of you. Sitting up high on the sitting bones, flexing the feet, arms reaching to the sky. With a breath out, it's a big reach out along your legs. Letting yourself bow forward into Paschimottanasana. Your next breath in, starting from the belly, rolls you all the way up to sit. And coming to sit with crossed legs. Or if there's another shape that feels more comfortable for you, you can find that shape for yourself. Letting your hands relax softly down to your knees or your thighs. And letting your eyes float closed for a few deep breaths. Letting the cooling breath wash over you. You're welcome to stay in this meditation for as long as you'd like. If at any point you'd like to melt down onto your back, you can make your way into your Shavasana, letting yourself completely relax. breath can start to deepen. You can start to find some movement in the fingers, in the toes. Maybe giving the head a little rock from side to side. Taking your time, you can bend your knees. Feet stepping onto the earth. Gently rolling yourself over onto your right side. And taking your time to come up to sit. Hands finding a prayer at your heart. We'll seal our practice with the sound of Om. Breathing in deeply. Honoring your practice, your energy, your effort, your presence. Namaste. Thank you all so much. Namaste.